Hi, welcome to the Peaceful Billionaire Journey. I just want to share that my journey over the past several years has been so incredible since I started on a journey of personal, professional development, of spiritual growth, of healing, and I don't want to spend too much time because I just really want to let you know that every day from here moving forward, I'm going to share my journey, the highs, the lows, the celebrations, the rough days, the moments where, the moments where I feel like I want to throw in the towel, because I think it is so important as an entrepreneur and a leader to be fully transparent about where we are in our journey and what is happening and what's going on. And I left a 10-year career in neurosurgery just less than 2 years ago to embark on this journey. And I wrote The Peaceful Millionaire last year, and the journey this year is that journey of going from multiple 6 figures to 7 figures into multiple 7 figures and beyond. And I really should have started recording these videos at the beginning of the year, because I had the inspiration. I'm going to give a shout out to Sage Adams in December. I had the inspiration. He was like, Jesse, you should be vlogging every day and sharing what is going on this journey, because I can't wait to see where you are a year from now. So I invested over 6 figures in 3 really high level private mentors. And here we are, April, and it's incredible the amount of additional exponential growth that has happened by having that level of support and wisdom in conjunction with my own in everything that I'm doing and everything that I'm working on. So I'm just going to be sharing every day. Today, I'm going to be sharing everything, Vincent. Today, you see the pink sweater? Like today, I am really, literally feeling this vibe, but I can say like over the past few weeks, it's been a little bit of a roller coaster where I was feeling a bit off. I was not feeling as confident as usual. And I was like, what in the world is going on? And what I've learned about those waves and that ebb and flow of growth is that sometimes those moments when you kind of feel like the wheels are falling off and that everything is being derailed are really those moments that you're actually in a place of tremendous growth, where you are shifting and quantum leaping into that next level of who you are. And so I've said yes to a lot of things this year to make the scaling of the vision and bringing my work to the world in a much bigger way a reality, and what's required of that. And that's part of what this journey is really going to be, is the full transparency of what it means and what it feels like to step into those different levels and those different layers of wealth, because more is required of you as a leader and as an individual as you step into those higher and higher levels, right? So from multiple 6 to 7 figures, there's a certain person, a certain being that you've become to reach that level of success. And that stretch into multiple 7 figures, it feels big, it feels scary, right? It felt really big, it felt really scary for me, but I knew that the opportunity had presented itself because that's in alignment with who I am and the work and what I'm bringing to the world. So just really quick, what kind of happened with that, because I wrote The Peaceful Millionaire last year. I knew very early on when I was writing the book that the next 2 books would be The Peaceful Multimillionaire and The Peaceful Billionaire. So just a quick story. What happened the beginning of this year, right? Remember, I hired all of these high-level coaches. I invested over 6 figures in myself, and I knew I was going to be writing the next 2 books, right? The Peaceful Multimillionaire later this year in 2023, The Peaceful Billionaire in 2024. And I just started saying to myself, okay, Jessica, you really need to step up and start connecting to the frequency of what that is, and really leveling up who you are in order to match that frequency and to match that level in yourself and within your leadership, right? And within your work. So I started just kind of thinking about it in January. Okay, I'm going to think about just that $1 billion frequency, and inviting in the $1 billion frequency and $1 billion codes, right? And I will say, prior to that, when I get ready, if I'm going to a formal event or I'm going out, I do just kind of bring in that confidence and that frequency. I was calling it in before, and I just didn't have the same level of awareness to it. But when I would get ready and get all dolled up and look in the mirror, I'm just like, look at myself and I'm like, billions, baby, right? And it feels really, really good to connect in with that frequency. So I really started connecting in with it more in January. And then in February, I was at an event, a media mastery event with one of my dear friends and other leaders, Angel Tusi. So if you need help with your media strategy, she's absolutely wonderful. So I was with her, and we were having a VIP lunch, and we were talking to some other leaders, and we're talking about expert titles. And I said, I always kind of get hung up on that, like I'm the peaceful millionaire, but do I need to also say that I'm a mind and money strategist, or does the peaceful millionaire speak for itself? And she was like, no. She's like, you can totally just use the peaceful millionaire. I'm like, okay, cool, because that had been a question that had been floating around in my mind for such a long time. And so then I happened to share the titles of the next two books, The Peaceful Multimillionaire, The Peaceful Billionaire. And her face lit up, and everyone else's face in the room lit up. And she was like, that's it, Jessa. She was like, you're the peaceful billionaire. You're the peaceful billionaire now. And I was like, whoa. And in my mind, I was thinking to myself, like, okay, I thought, I was working on stepping into that. I thought I had a little bit more time to really grow and expand into that. But I received it, right? I received what she said to me. And so at the end of the day that day, immediately, or on a break, I went back to my hotel room and immediately got on the computer, and I bought the web domain, which was never available for the first book. So thepeacefulbillionaire.com, bought the web domain. And so I was just like, okay, we're really, really connecting in with this and rising, calling in that level, that next level. So then, a week or two later, about a week or so after that, I was preparing for a big event in LA that I was going to be speaking at. And I thought, okay, I'm doing all this marketing materials stuff. And I was like, wow, it would be really great for, really promoting The Peaceful Millionaire, which is my book. And that's my group work, right? Is The Peaceful Millionaire work. And there's a bunch of different courses in there, which I'll share later, but that's not what this is about. This is about the story and about the journey, right? And what's going on. And so I'm preparing all of these marketing materials and things. And I thought, it would be really awesome when people say like, hey, how do we find you? If I could say, oh, at The Peaceful Millionaire on, say, Instagram. And so I asked my team to change my social media handles to @The Peaceful Millionaire. Well, The Peaceful Millionaire wasn't available. And I said, how about The Peaceful Billionaire? And they said, yes, it's available. And I said, done, take it, right? So here it is, right? Now I'm just like, okay, The Peaceful Billionaire. All right, let's go, right? And then a week after that, I get a phone call from a dear friend of mine who invites me to be a founding member of someone else's course to scale your business to 7 figures a month. And I was just like, whoa, okay, whoa. So of course I said yes. And he said, this is invite only. You're one of the only people that I thought about, this couldn't be more perfect for you. And because he loves me and he loves my work and what I do in the world. And so I said, okay, okay, yes. So I applied. I had to actually interview with the woman who created this, and it was a good fit. And so moving forward with that, so I said to myself, I'm just like, okay, right? Okay. So the path to billions is multi-millions. Now, if you've ever thought about the number of zeros that is actually in a billion, it's a lot, right? It's a lot. And the thing is, my journey is not about the money, but it is about the frequency and stepping into what that next level is, right? And so whether I get to billions or whether I don't, I personally perceive that I will, because I feel that this is showing up, right, in my sphere, and that these opportunities are showing up for a reason, right? I don't believe in accidents. I don't believe in coincidence. I believe that everything happens for a reason. And so, I know that, but it's like, if I get there, I get there. If I don't, I don't, right? I'm not stressing out about that, because again, it's not about the money, right? Whether you're going from 5 figures to 6, from 6 figures into multiple 6 figures, from 6 figures to 7, from 7 into multiple 7, or beyond that, right? It's not about the money. It's about what you can do with money and what money can do for you in your life and for the highest good of all, right? So that really is what drives me when it comes to greater levels of wealth and success, is the capacity to contribute in a much greater way to making the world a better place than I could otherwise, right? Like with 6 or 7 figures, like, yeah, you can contribute, you can be quite generous, right? Like you can really be generous and help other people, but you can help more people in a bigger way and have a bigger impact, right? And a bigger influence for good, for positive change in the world, with more, right? And so it's really about just being that beacon of light, being a positive change, and allowing that ripple effect to move through other leaders, other entrepreneurs, through other people, so that the world then becomes, that ripple effect creates a world that none of us want to leave, right? And I think that that's really the most beautiful possible vision for the world, is a world that none of us want to leave. And so at least if you're experiencing and contributing to that path, not only for yourself, but for others, then it's extremely, extremely, extremely rewarding. So that's where I am. This is going to be shorter on days to come, where I'm really just kind of checking in and letting and sharing with you what's going on with me, what's required to step into these next levels within myself, within my leadership, and within the growth of my business for serving you and others at the absolute highest level. I'll see you next time. See you soon. Click the link and subscribe, right? If you love this, go ahead and click the link, subscribe, feel free to share it. Again, Jessica Carter, the Peaceful Billionaire. I will see you soon.